Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PoorConsult's YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about blockchain programming, and we are going to create a fully functional decentralized application. If you are interested in it, please make yourself comfortable, grab some tea, coffee, and without losing time, let's jump right onto it. So first of all, guys, we have learned already basics of Solidity, and if you don't know, you can find the links down below in the description of this video. We have 3 tutorials dedicated to Solidity. It's not complete yet, and in the upcoming days we'll have entirely finish it. We'll have to entirely finish it, so I'll upload more videos so as you have the entire and fully concept of Solidity's basics. But even now you can watch the 3 videos and you will definitely be able to keep up with me in this exact tutorial. Apart from that, we also have another video dedicated to React.js JavaScript library, and we are gonna use React in today's video. So if you are not familiar with React, please go there. The link will be down below in the description, so please check it out so as you know how to use React and get yourself familiar with it. Apart from that, this will be very beginner friendly. We'll try to create a decentralized application. It won't be any specific project, but in this project you will learn how to create those applications. So basically what you will learn how to write your smart contract. All right, this is the first step to be able to write smart contract in Solidity. All right, so SOL. Once the Solidity is there, then we have using React, we're gonna create the front end page of our application. All right, and then we need to initiate the connection between our and then we need, before initiating a connection, we need to deploy our smart contract onto the blockchain. All right, so this goes here, we go to this is, so if this is the smart contract, so here we have the deployment process. All right, let's write down D, so as we deploy it to the blockchain, and then we have the front end created in React, and then we need to initiate a connection between our front end app, the user interface that will go in our browser, right? And we need to be able to connect it somehow using different Web3 libraries, JavaScript libraries, and MetaMask. We need to initiate a connection so as we be able to read the data from the blockchain. All right, and also submit the data using our front page onto the blockchain. All right, so this is basically the combination of all of it is the decentralized application. Of course, this is so much more to it, databases, this backend, and lots of stuff. But for the beginning, after this video, and actually this is gonna, I don't want to make it a very long video, so this will be a series of short videos, relative short. I don't know how many of them, but at the end you'll be able to write down a smart contract, you'll be able to deploy it on the blockchain, you'll be able to create the front end application, and be able, the most important part, to connect it to the blockchain so as users from your front page will be able to submit the data, or the information they submit, and then it's being written on the blockchain. And the reverse process is also true. By clicking and by requesting the information, it will be it will receive the information from the blockchain, whatever is in there, and perform it, show it on your front page. Okay, so this is what the basic decentralized application is, and then this concept you can use in your exact projects, in the gaming or whatever sector you are working in. So basically this is what we are going to do in today's video. All right, with that said, now let's see and understand what we are going to create, just for demonstrative purposes. Okay, what's gonna be our decentralized app about? And our application, our dApp, will be about because I want to show you how you can upload information, all right, and then how you can submit the information. So there are different there is such a decentralized application currently available, where people, this NFT boom last year and even now, that people are creating their own collections. So there is a website, I don't exactly remember the name of the website, but there was a website, and where people can, let's say they have created their NFT collection, and they are going to launch it, all right, sometime in the near future. So they have their pre-sale coming, their public sale, whatever. So they want to let people know about their collection. So they go to the website, and then they drop their NFT collection onto that website. So they just submit the basic information about their collection, like their the pictures, the description, their social networks, their website, pre-sale date, public sale date, price, all this information about their NFTs. They submit it to that website, and then all these people who have submitted information about their collection, these different collections, are being shown on that website. Of course, this is a paid service, but the idea is that it's working that way. So, and because our demonstrative dApp is the purpose is to show you how you submit information and how you read the information, so we are going to create a smart contract where people will be able to write to drop their NFTs, okay, so as to submit the information about their NFT collection, and then from the front page we'll be able to retrieve this data from the blockchain and show the information that has been previously submitted. Okay, so this is the general idea of today's video, and what we are going to do is about this. Hope you understand it. All right, with that said and out of the way, now let's get our hands dirty and start writing some Solidity code. Please go to, we're gonna use Remix in this video series just for simplicity, or okay, later on we'll get our hands on this VS Code, and you can use Truffle, Hardhat, and stuff like that. But for simplicity, because this is very user-friendly and easy to understand for beginners, go to remix.ethereum.org. Once you are there, just go to contracts, and let's create a new file. Let's give it a name. Let's say how we gonna call it, my collection. Okay, let's call it this way, my collection. Okay, so this is the file name. Okay, later on you can change it, or this doesn't matter, you can write whatever you want there. Then we need to specify the first step. If you remember from our Solidity courses, we need to specify the license that we are using in our tutorial, in our contract. So you can get these, there are different licenses, you can get it from the Solidity organization website. I'm gonna use license identifier, the MIT license, it doesn't matter, but you need to specify the license, otherwise later on when you deploy it won't be verified on the Etherscan. So, and then we start writing the code. Let's first tell what Solidity version we're gonna use, and in this tutorial I'm gonna use version 8 of Solidity. It's just a bit difficult for me to talk, think, and write at the same time, but I hope you understand. And here I see the first typo that I have made. So it's Pragma Solidity and then the version. Okay, this caret sign means that all versions of Solidity 8.1, 8.2 up to 9, okay, are valid. If you are not sure about what I'm doing in here, please watch our video tutorials about Solidity. Okay, we explain everything in there. And now we need to use the contract. Okay, we need to give the contract a name. Again, let's call it my collection. You can call it whatever you wish, whatever you want. And then we need to start writing the code. So as I said, this is gonna be an NFT drop. Okay, so this NFT drop, its uses, it has the different different description of their NFT, right? It must contain the description of their NFT, such as price, name, the project's website, and stuff like that. So if you are familiar with Solidity, you know that we are doing this is related to the struct, okay, the struct type of our variables, and then we call our variable drop, okay. So it's a struct of the name is drop, and yet let's use, so the first one will be string and image URI, okay. So where is the image of our NFT? Then we go to string name, the name of our collection, I guess, yeah. Let's type in string, our collection must have a description, right? So description. Then we go, so imagine we have like different social networks. So let's basically do it this way. Let's say string, for example, let's say we have like 2 social networks. So this is be social 1, the next one to be social, social 2, okay. Let's continue. We're gonna have a website, right? We most likely have a website if we are submitting our NFT collection. So our project should have a website, so this info is to be submitted as well. Next, price, okay, we have the price. And then we go to supply, so uint 256 supply. Again, guys, if you're not sure why I'm using what are these types and stuff like that, then you need to watch our previous videos about Solidity. If you are familiar with them, then you won't see any issues in here. This will be familiar for you what we are doing right now. The pre-sale, okay, so uint 256, the pre-sale, probably the pre-sale date, and then we have uint again, right, 256, let's call the sale. Then we need to specify the chain, okay, whatever chain where our collection is on. So we'll see that the chain 1 will stand for Ethereum. We'll have like different chain IDs for different blockchains. So it's for different blockchains like Solana, Polygon, the testnets, okay, so these are on different chains. And then because when people submit it, all right, the submitted collections needs to pass the approval process from the admin of the website. So we have a boolean variable of type boolean, and this is approved, okay. So variable type boolean approved. Cool. Okay, now we continue, and what we want to do is we need to create, because there's gonna be like different people who are gonna submit their collections, so we need a list of drops, and which will contain inside different submissions, okay, different drops submitted from different people, okay, and then some of them will be approved, others won't be approved, but we need to create the list which will contain all these submitted all these drops, okay. Hope it makes sense. So and if after that you understand it's gonna be of a type of, it's gonna be an array, right, array of a type drop, okay. And again public, and let's call it drops, okay. So the list is called drops, and it's an array of a type drop. Then we need to create a function which will allow people on our front end, and not only on the front end but also in here, but it will allow you and the user to submit this information about their NFT. So there's gonna be a function to be able to submit it. Let's create a function then. Function, we specify it with the word function, and then let's give it a name to this function, okay, because we are adding drops, so let's call it add drop. Yes, simple as that. And then we need to give it some parameters, okay, or at least one parameter. Whatever parameter we give, in some functions don't need to specify parameters, but in here we definitely need to specify a parameter that user will need when submitting it, and it's gonna be of a type drop, of the same type drop, is gonna be stored in the memory and not in the storage. And hope you understand why, because it's a temporary, right? It's temporary submission, so it's gonna store it in the memory. And we're gonna give this parameter a name of drop, okay, underscore drop. Cool, let's continue. This is public because so as everybody can access it. And now we need to add some more information. So first of all, before, I mean, this could have been enough, but obviously it's not, because when people are going to submit their drops, okay, then some of the drops will be approved, some won't be approved, okay, and in that case it could be better for us to create a new variable, again of a type drop, and let's give this variable a name new drop, okay, all right, and this new drop is equal to the underscore drop here. So this is just when the people will be submitting the data, okay, so this is this underscore drop, and our variable that we just created is equal to this underscore drop. Okay, in this case, this is in the information will be kept in the separate variable, and we'll be able to approve it or not. Again, remember that in Solidity it must be at the end we need to add the semicolon. And now what do we do now? Now we say this is our new drop that we just specified it, okay, and you will understand why we did it. And new drop, we say that approved and equally to false, all right. So at the beginning, this submission of their drop is not approved yet, okay, so we say this new drop that approved equals false, okay. So later on, then the admin of the website may manually approve it, okay, but in the beginning it's not approved, it's false, okay. And then this new drop that we have created, we need to push it to where? I hope you understood it right already. We need to push this new drop into our drops list, okay. This array that we have created, okay, we called it drops, that if you remember was just a list of different applications, if we can say it that way. So we need to push our new drop into this list of drops. So how to do it? We need to write drops, yeah, the name of this list, so dot push, okay, it's like an appendix, okay, we need to push it into this list. And what we are pushing the new drop, okay, and let's finish it with semicolon. I guess we are good. Now if we compile, we see that we didn't make any mistakes. We're careful. That's not usually the case when I'm writing the code. Usually it's full of mistakes, rushing to write it, but at this time we see there's no mistake. So basically this for now it's enough. We have done it. We have created a contract. We have the struct variable drop, which contains all the parameters of our drop, that the users are going to submit. Then we have created a list of a type drop array. It was an array, and this list contains all these drops. And then we have created a function, called it an add drop, that's going to let us create a drop and submit it. Then it's not be approved at first in the beginning. Then at this stroke we just push this submitted new drop into our drops list, and that's it. I mean, this is enough. If we now try to, we have compiled it already, so if we deploy, and here we are not deploying on the blockchain yet, we are using the virtual machine here, right? So we are using the London, Berlin, it doesn't matter, the JavaScript virtual environment. And if we just deploy it, you see that it's the contract has been successfully deployed. If we click on it, we'll see that here we have the function, our function, the add drop function that we just created in here. And we can type in here, we can input here all these variables of different types that are required in order to submit our drop, our NFT drop, to the website. And we can type in everything in here, right here, and then add the drop. However, yeah, I mean, okay guys, so far so good. However, I would like to change code a little bit, because in here, even though it's fully functioning, however, you'll see that it's a little bit of counterintuitive, and lots of people, especially the beginners, might make mistakes when typing in these variables in this way. All right, so you need to open the brackets and then type in there the variables with semicolons in between them. So this is a little bit probably might sound difficult. So let's change the code just for demonstrative purposes only. I will change it. It might seem a little bit more redundant, and you will ask me, why are you adding more code? Our task is to minimize and make the code more beautiful, but not in our case, because in here I would like the code to be as self-explanatory as possible. So I'll apply the following changes. So what we do, and you will understand at the end how we did it, why we did it. So we're gonna copy all these variables from here. Okay, let's copy them, and once we copy it, we go down and we delete this drop. Okay, so we don't need it, let's get rid of it, and then paste in there everything that we have copied from here. Okay, all these variables, so we are inputting them manually. Okay, so let's make it look beautiful. Let's make them look beautiful. So here we need still do some changes. So these are strings, so add the keyword memory, and this sign, put it in here, this underline sign, put before each variable. So same here, it goes memory, and then we put, and since it's this type, so we need to change the semicolons into commas. Okay, so change them into commas. I'm gonna pause the video in here and finish this one by one. You do it again, add this underline, and then change the semicolon into comma, and finish it up to the end. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video in here, and then we're gonna continue it. Alright guys, and we have finished it. I have make sure you have added all these memory keywords after those variables, before those variables that are of type string. And then we need to make some additional changes. So in here, since we don't have this underline drop as well, so we need to get rid of it. And also we need to get rid of these two strokes, because we have changed the structure, right? We are now submitting the drops differently, so we need to get rid of these two lines as well. We are doing it manually right in here. So the new drop, we don't have it anymore, get rid of it. Then let's specify the object type of a drop, okay, capital letter D, like this one, drop, yeah, the object type, and then open brackets, and inside them we need to add all these variables one by one. So just come in here, copy the one you want, go here without hurrying, okay, paste it there, make sure you add the underline there, and semicolon. Okay, and then continue, go to the next variable, copy it, bring it in here, paste it there, add this underline sign, and then comma. Okay, so I'm again gonna stop video right here, and once it's finished I'll get back to you. Alright guys, and I finally finished it. So hope you did it too. Just type in here all these variables just like I did, and because we don't have the approved boolean in here, so just type in at the end false, okay, to mean that the boolean is false, it's not approved yet. Once it's done, let's compile. We see we have compiled it successfully. So basically what we changed is just we did it manually. Okay, so this way the code is definitely more redundant and uglier, but it's definitely more self-explanatory and easier for you, I hope, to understand. So in here we have all these variables one by one written here with this memory keyword after string, and then instead of that new drop, we just manually type in these drops that push, and then go to the object drop and insert in there all these variables again here that we have one by one. Now we don't need to specify their types, okay, that's why we don't also need to write the memory keyword. and finish. Okay, so this is basically all the changes. At the end of the code, of course, we will get rid of this and make our code look nicer and go back to the way that we have written it in the beginning. But now, for now, let it be this way, and we compile it. Let's compile again, and if we just delete the previous deployment, remember we can just keep it here to compare them. Okay, let us deploy it again now. So the second time, again successfully, of course. Now if we open it and look at here, if we click on it, you see we have each variable separately, one by one under below the other one, written. So it's much user friendly, and here you don't mix it with anything else. So you know that you have the image URI, you write it here, you write the name, description. Okay, if we compare to the first version, it was like this. So sometimes it gets difficult for the beginners to understand and type in the code properly, and this way, so let's just get rid of it, let's delete it. So here we have a more user-friendly way. Oh, did I delete the wrong one? Yes, I did. Okay, let's deploy again. Okay, here. So it's again more user-friendly and better for you to understand what we are doing. So that's all for this first part. Hope it wasn't too difficult for you, and if you have any questions left, please type it in the comments, leave the comments, ask. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, guys. I will appreciate it a lot. Get subscribed not to miss the future videos, the continuation part. I hope I will update the second part of it tomorrow, and you will see, and in tomorrow's video we'll try to finish the Solidity part and get to the much more interesting stuff after that video as well. Okay, thank you and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.